Finally, General Mkhwanazi breaks silence on the commission that have happened as a result of General Mkhwanazi's words. So I will unpack that. Now, let me remind you, Ogutim, yesterday the Minister of, is it what? Justice and what? Yeah, but she actually suspended the DG, who is apparently the reason why the commission was or has been delayed. With that being said, that is what we have on this episode. We've got these two videos, the minister suspending the DG as well as General Mkhwanazi. Now, when it comes to the general, he had some quite interesting things to say about this, ever since he exposed this whole thing, right? He had some quite interesting things to say. With that being said, I want to ask you a question. The commission sets a date and everybody commits, right? Once everybody has committed, then there's a department that decides to pull their socks. As a result, that DG, is it DG or HOD, has been suspended. What I want you to understand, what I want you to tell me is, what do you think happened for the minister to even go as far as suspending this HOD? What do you think happened there? Because I'm struggling to come to terms with the fact that there's someone somewhere who are supposed to do what they're supposed to do, but decided not to do what they're supposed to do. And what will be the motivation behind that? That's exactly what I'm struggling to come to terms with. Accepting that there is a possibility that somebody somehow decided not to do what they're supposed to be doing. Listen to the minister speaking about suspending that person here.
The contract of the DG is coming to an end in February next year. So there was communication to him that we intend not to extend the contract or to renew. With this now coming through, because I had communicated that with the president, and that was communicated to him prior. So he was aware that his contract will not be extended. So following all these issues that I had to write the report, and I don't want to go into detail. I can't in public deal with labor matters in the manner that you want me. I can't say these are the charges that you're going to face and all those things. And whatever that the conversation, as I said, we started the conversation this afternoon with him. So I had to notify him that I've received a letter from the president that delegates me powers to take disciplinary action following my report. And we'll take it from there. So I still have to write him a formal letter today and send it to him, which he has to respond to, and we'll take the process there.
Then we move to Mkhwanazi. But what would be the motive? Because for me, nothing is as important as the motive behind this. What will have been the motive? You tell me in the comment section below. I'm very interested to know, what is the motive behind this? Now, let's move to Mkhwanazi. Mkhwanazi breaks silence and speak about the fact that the reason I had to speak the way I did is so that there is action from the people who are supposed to act correctly and decisively. Here's a question. For Mkhwanazi to go to an extent where he had to do what he did, for them to act, the willingness to act, just argue that with me, the willingness to act, was the willingness to act there or not? I don't think these people would have acted. And I have a reason why I believe that I don't think they would have acted. But before you listen to my reasons, listen to Mkhwanazi here.
Well, I didn't call for a commission, so we spoke about what we spoke about in public. For the executive to be able to act on it, both at the national level from what the president has announced in terms of the commission as well as parliament. We expect them to take action in order to help us to fight crime as police officers. However, we are continuing with our investigating work regardless of the challenges that we experience, and I'm sure we have seen of late some major arrest that has been effected as a result. So we're not going to stop. We're going to continue with that as police. So whatever the executive is doing, that is their responsibility. We focus on ours.
So to me, it tells me that Mkhwanazi had to take this public route to expose people. Otherwise, people will not have done their job. Remember that under the then minister, Mr. Nathi Nhleko, Nathi Mthethwa, not Mthethwa. Sorry, man. What is Mthethwa? What Mthethwa, man? Because there's Nathi Nhleko, former Minister of Police, and there's who's this one? Mthethwa, though the surname is Mthethwa, former Minister of Police. You remember that we got to know that some serious allegations were reported, but he just did not act. So for Mkhwanazi to do what for Mkhwanazi to come out and say what he said, it tells me it was a last resort listening to what he said just now. It tells me it was a last resort. You tell me then, there are people that are against Mkhwanazi's move, but when you listen to Mkhwanazi's words, you get a sense that if he did not do this, people will not have acted. In other words, we will still have been sitting with the problem that we have. So the problem that we had then. Do you see our problems? Do you see? Yeah, we seem to have serious problems here. So get into the comment section below. Give me your thoughts and your opinion about this. I am interested to hear what you've got to say. Otherwise, I'm still shocked and I'm perplexed. And today, we don't have the commission, or we don't have an assurance as to when is this commission starting. Well, just on a side note, we have not yet been able to gather information about the Sbia case. Yes, I've seen it there and there, but I've not been able to gather the real information. 2, when it comes to the Senzo Meyiwa trial, except that there was a bit of things there and there, otherwise it's a repetition of the old things. So that's why me personally, I've been struggling to do or to create content around it, because I feel like I'm gonna be repeating a lot of things that I've already said in the past. Except there are a few things there and there, you know, where you're like, this one, it's new, this one is new, this one's new. Otherwise, what Nxumalo did was it was to take the case and sum it up and point out the loopholes, something that we've already, we did it already. So I struggled to create content around that, because I knew that you guys are gonna get bored listening to me talking about that. Whereas in actual fact, let me not go there. But what's your take on section 174? Do you see any prospect? I doubt. I don't know why, but I strongly doubt that there could be any prospect. Get into the comment section below. Tell me your thought about everything. See you guys on the next episode.